how's it going? It's December 1st, 2025, and last night I created my YouTube channel for my making it on the cheap, and this is my first video. There should be plenty more. I've been shooting videos, but I'm going to be releasing them as I, get the first video posted. I'm sure it's going to just be like, once you get that first one posted and you see it out there, regardless of how it does, it'll be a lot easier to post videos after that. So anyways, the first video is going to be of my aluminum pouring rig that I use, a PS5 controller that I made from all sorts of different parts. I have motors off of our old Expedition that does the steps, that make the steps come out. I've got motors for furniture that is electric, recliners and stuff like that. Whenever we come across electric recliners that are in like really bad shape, I always pull the linear actuators out of them, and hopefully the power supplies are there and the switches, and those just go on a shelf and then I end up using them. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a walk around of the pouring rig here. Alrighty, so this used to be a cone from a commercial light fixture. It's a work in progress. It's for fume extraction. This didn't quite work because I had not strong enough of a blower attached to it, but I'm gonna work on that. And then we have, this picks up the crucible out of the kiln, which is right here. That's my crucible, made out of steel. It works. This is my kiln that a guy had on Facebook for free, and I luckily was able to get to it. He said people were interested in it, but they just didn't have the means to get it because it weighs like 400 or 500 pounds. But my buddy and I, we went and got it and muscled it into the trailer. It was fun. And so that's my main method of melting aluminum. I used to have a propane foundry, but once I got this thing, yeah, it's a lot nicer. More temperature control. So anyways, so this goes all the way up there. I got a little cable that comes down that will hook onto the crucible so I can pour it. This motor right here is one of the step motors out of my old Expedition, and it controls the pouring of the crucible. I have disconnects, automotive disconnects here. I actually tried to get wire into this air hose, this coiled air hose, and I stopped doing that after like 5 minutes and just taped the wires to the outside of it, and it works. And then up there I have another step motor, and it goes to the pulley right there, and then that pulley goes to another little pulley. I don't know if I can't even see. Yeah, right there. That goes down into this guy, and I 3D printed these bushings here. Inside on the end of this bar right here is a nice big one that's actually bolted to that, so it doesn't get to go anywhere. And then this whole entire part from here can all come off. I can disconnect it from right here. This was an electrical connector, like a trailer connector I got at Shopper Supply. So I can pull this whole thing off just in case I need to drive a truck into here to do some automotive maintenance. That right there is a furniture linear actuator for electric recliner. And then up top is another motor. I don't know if I got it. There it is. With a starter gear. Right there is the starter gear, and that's an old flex plate from a Ford 302. And then up top is my two power supplies that I ordered off of Amazon. Those supply power to the 24 volt motors and the 12 volt motors. And then inside the box right there is where all of the excitement happens. Let me get up there and alright, inside here is all the brains. So this is the power supply for the one 28 volt motor I have. And then this is a power supply. I can't remember what that one's for. I think that's a 5 volt power supply to provide power to the ESP32. And I got that little breakout board. That was handy. And then these are 20 amp controllers. They go, I think they do anywhere between 3 volts to like 24 volts. Or even more, I can't remember. And then I printed these little 3D plates just so it was easy to mount the boards in here. And I did the same with the ESP32. You can see the blue underneath it. That was the color filament I had for the 3D printer. And then I got a fan right there to help keep it cool. Anyways, so let's see. We got a garage door opener right there that I got for free. I did have to buy a new belt for it because they've been sitting out forever and a day and the belt rotted away. Guy was selling a belt kit on Facebook for I think like 20 bucks. And then this is the motor. It's another furniture linear actuator that has been modified. I like to use, let me see, I'll zoom in. You can see that there's a socket up there. And one of the easiest things to do is to convert over to sockets. Because I have universal joints, I have extensions, and I have all sorts of different sizes of sockets that allow me to adapt to a shaft. And I just use a 3/8 Allen wrench to connect a socket and an extension not the way they're supposed to connect. But anyways, so kind of wandering around here. I'm gonna sync the PS5 to the hello. There it goes. Alright, it's flashing. Should be good. No, I didn't want to connect. There we go. That's the mode I wanted. Alright, we are connected. So there's a YouTuber, let me get her name. Her channel is really awesome. I think it's Rachel D. Barrows. There she is. Alright, so her channel is called Rachel de Barros. She does all sorts of cool stuff with DC motors and sensors and Arduinos and ESP32s, and I learned from her channel how to build the controls for all these. And I got the DC motors, and so basically I use these two joysticks right here for controls, and then the throttle and the brake buttons for pouring. And so if I want to stop pouring and back off, I just hit the brake button, and that lowers the cable that pours the aluminum so it stops pouring, and then the throttle button pulls it up to make it go. Whoa! And then I have up and down to make it go up and down, and then side to side rotates. And then this one right here moves the whole entire rig back and forth. And then if I need to, which I usually try not to, but if I need to align it side to side, I have that movement too. I got the rotation. And so that's pretty much it for controlling it. And it's a little jittery. Not like the programming, just I used just two single unistrut pieces that I welded together, and they're kind of bowed, so it kind of jumps a little. I've got these bearings. They're pretty cheap. Oh, let's see. They're unistrut trolleys. I got 4 of them. Or is it? Or just 2 of them? I just had 2 of them. 1 for each side, and then I have right there. Wait, no, there it is, right there. So I've got 2 for the bottom part of the rig, and then up top I've got 2 more that ride on the unistrut. And then just because I'm trying to get things done quick, I just came up with these simple wire hangers. Literally bent some wire to hang the power, and the dust collection hose I had on here I took down, but I'll be figuring it out again once I get a better system. And then my power cord goes all the way over to there, that box right there. Or no, not that box down there. Yeah. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. And it works. I like it. I poured several things already. And yeah, I spilled a little, but getting used to the controls. But anyways, hopefully you guys like this, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Gotta drop it while pouring. And we're shooting for the far side. Note to self, try not to move it too much.